Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about confidence, and this is a part one because, to be completely honest, I could probably talk about this a lot. There are so many things that go around this topic, but it is, however, one of the most concerning topics that I hear from coaches, parents, kids, everything. Lack of confidence is kind of a big deal. So there are things as coaches that we can do to improve ourselves to help our athletes break out of that shell and gain more confidence. Sometimes it takes doing some internal work and changing parts of yourself, and you have to, if you truly want to get a certain outcome out of your athletes, you have to be willing to change parts of yourself, because every athlete is different. Every athlete takes information in differently. They feel love differently. They feel support differently. Every athlete, as you know, is different. So you have to be willing you have to be willing to expand yourself and make yourself better to be what they need. And we cannot come from an approach of yelling it into them. It won't work for you to be impatient with them. You have to be coming from a place where you create space for them. You allow them to mess up. You allow them to speak how they feel and use their own words, because sometimes we tend to project onto our athletes, like assume that we know how they feel. And that's not always the case. Sometimes they're going through things that you and I can't relate to. There's a lot of times where I hear my athletes say that they're struggling with different things that I don't recall ever struggling with. So sometimes they go through things and they don't need you to tell them how to feel. They don't need you to tell them what is right and wrong about how they feel. They just need to be seen and heard, and they need to be guided towards their confidence. And so the first step in doing that in a softball realm is to teach them the proper fundamentals, teach them their mechanics, get them very comfortable in their footwork and their throwing mechanics and hitting, like their skills, their skill sets. Get them very comfortable in what they're doing. But that's not where confidence comes from. That's just part of it. Part of it is their skills. The next part is to teach them how to fail. So sometimes the biggest problem that I see is that they aren't willing to mess up because they don't want to get in trouble, or they don't want to be embarrassed and all of that. And that goes back to creating this space and this environment. And that goes for the whole entire team. You have to create this space within every one of them. Have these conversations with them that, hey, you're going to get something a lot faster than somebody else, and in different ways. She might learn this faster and she might learn this faster, and there is no judgment here. This is a safe space for us to grow together. We have to have those talks. You have to encourage them to mess up and fail in practice. That's where we want them to mess up, right? We want them to get better in practice. But I see so often that coaches are out there and they're hitting ground balls and everything, and it's like a mess up, and then you get it right, and then it's all right, let's move on. And no. You want to create this ability to fail a lot, but then once they get it, let them get it a lot. Create a repetition around doing it right so they feel comfortable and they feel confident that they have it so right that it's hard for them to fail. And another thing would be being brave. Some people, I think, forget, especially adults, you forget that it's not easy being brave and really like stepping out of your comfort zone. So when you teach them and create ways for them to get uncomfortable. Create these ways, games, situations, create ways for them to get uncomfortable, and then teach them that, hey, I know you're scared. I know your fears. Pay attention to what your fears are telling you. Are you feeling your breathing pick up? Is your heart beating fast? So there's always different things that they can discover within themselves that they do in moments when they are feeling fear, right? So when you feel this, what tools are you going to use to be brave anyways? And I like to work that with my girls a lot, is to teach them that being brave is a practice as well. And it's normal to feel scared and to feel fear around different things, and that's okay. A lot of it is not even that you're scared, it's more that you're uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable is how we get better. And that is a big, big thing. They have to realize that the only way to get better is to get uncomfortable. You get uncomfortable, you do things you're uncomfortable with until you get comfortable. And then once you level up into that new comfort, the only way to grow is to do something that makes you uncomfortable again. So I like to also do mindset, like daily check-ins with my girls. And I have these forms, and it's called daily check-in. And I teach them how to brain, like, thought dump. They put their thoughts out there. They put their emotions and their feelings. We talk about affirmations and gratitude. And we do all of this in a way to teach them how to work through their thoughts and how to talk positive to themselves. Because there's so many thoughts that we have in a day. It's like 50,000, but like 70 to 80% of those thoughts are negative. So we have to teach our athletes how to talk kindly to themselves. And a lot of it does start with you on the ball field. Like in different situations where you're so frustrated, you have to intentionally choose how you talk to them. You have to intentionally choose how you're going to react to different situations. You can't just pop off. You can't just get frustrated and come at them, because your first thought has to be, what are we working towards? What's the outcome that I want from them? And is my words and my actions going to align with that outcome that I'm trying to get? So in these check-ins, they write all of it down. These are personal, okay? I also have practice check-ins that we do, and I check those because it's a form of accountability. But the mindset stuff, if they need help with that, then they bring it to me, and I help them work through their thoughts and their feelings about different things. But I don't make them give that to me. It's just kind of their own way to self-discover and work through. Also keep in mind that confidence looks different on different girls and to us. Like, someone stepping into their confidence could look completely different than what we normally see. So eliminating the expectation and the certain perspective of what that looks like, that needs to happen also. I like to teach my girls how to visualize. That also helps with confidence. So to close their eyes, focus on their breathing, but visualize, like, hey, what are you going to do in this at bat? How is this practice going to go? How is the game going to go? Be able to visualize and map it out, to see it before it happens. So it all becomes familiar, and that also gains confidence. If you would like to see the mindset daily check-in that I make for my girls, comment below or email me and I'll send it to you. I have no problem sending it. And if you also are struggling with a particular situation with one of your athletes and you want a little bit of guidance with that, feel free to comment and message me, and I'll try to help you, because there's so many different situations. Like I said, every girl's different. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you know anyone that could get some value from this video, send it on over to them. But until then, keep on getting better together. It takes a village.